In this video, I'm going to show you the results of what combining 5 trading strategies looks like. We're going to look at the yearly returns from each individual trading strategy over the past 13 years, and then we're going to combine them all to see how that improves things. Essentially, we're going to make more money, and it's going to smoothen out those returns over year by year. Over the past few months, I've shared quite a few videos showing me creating or testing lots of individual trading strategies here on YouTube for you for free. So all the strategies that I'm using for this video are ones that I've already shared, and I'll link each individual strategy in the description down below if you want to take a recap and go over those after you've watched this video. Firstly, we're going to look at the performance report of each individual trading strategy. We'll look at the equity curves and the performance year by year. And then I've created some tables and some charts so we can see the combined performance, and we can see it in the charts more visually so we can get a really good understanding of what's going on. I'm recording this video because quite a few of you have actually asked me to do some videos on portfolio trading, or what it looks like to trade a collection or a basket of trading strategies rather than just trading them individually. So not only are you going to see the results of that, but you're also going to see 5 usable trading strategies if you haven't already seen the previous videos. All the results you're going to see are results from trading one full lot or 100,000 units of each Forex pair. There's no position sizing. And by the way, if you do position sizing correctly, then the results do tend to only get better. All the results that you're going to see in my combined charts are going to be in US dollars. That's to keep things simple. Though that did mean that I've had to do some currency conversion because quite a few of the trading strategies were trading dollar yen, so those results were in yen, so I've just converted from yen to USD. So let's go over to the computer and start taking a look at the individual trading strategies. As you can see, we've got 5 workspaces. Look along the bottom, we've got these 5 tabs, or what we call workspaces. Each workspace has got an individual trading strategy in it. So the first one I'm going to look at is a strategy using RSI on a daily chart, or a 1440 minute chart. Let's look at the equity curve first of all, from, like I said, 2008 through to the end of 2020. So reasonable, nice looking equity curve. Look at the annual returns, and we can see that most years are profitable. 2013, 2008 were both a negative year. So if we were just to trade this one strategy on its own, we would have had a bad 2013 and a 2008. The next strategy is one that uses Williams percentile indicator on a 30-minute chart for pound dollar. And let's look at the annual returns. Made money every year. 2016 was pretty low, so we can expect a reasonable equity curve, and yes, it's pretty good equity curve. And the next strategy is one that uses Bollinger Bands on pound dollar again, 30-minute chart. The equity curve looks okay. It's fairly strong back in 2008, early on in the chart here. Had a bit of a drawdown this period here, probably 2013-ish. Let's have a look at the annual performance. Yes, look, massively strong 2008 and a pretty weak 2013. But apart from that, pretty weak 2016 again, but apart from that, reasonably smooth. Next strategy is the one that uses a kangaroo tail setup, and we've got a 10-minute chart here, but actually the setup is all done on the daily chart. So let's have a look at that. Looking at the annual period analysis, we've got a negative 2015 and 2010 this time. What about the equity curve? But it's a reasonably nice, smooth looking equity curve. And the last strategy is this one on dollar yen. It's an hourly breakout strategy. We're on a 10-minute chart. This is one that I actually covered on the channel almost 2 years ago now. Let's have a look at the equity curve. Not a bad, smooth equity curve. some few little dips along the way, but moving in the right direction. Let's look at the annual period analysis. And you can see, apart from 2019, we've made money every year on that one. Now let's look at the table that I've created. Let me just talk you through this. It's ever so simple. In the first column here, literally just got the year from 2008 to 2020, and I've just copied over the yearly returns. I've mentioned that strategies like this one, and this one, which were originally in dollar-yen, the results were of course in yen, but I've just done a currency conversion to convert them to US dollars so that we can see the results a bit more accurately. So we've got the yearly results for each of the 5 strategies. Then we've just totaled up the results for the year of combining the 5. And then in these last 2 columns, we've just got the year again, and we've got the equity growth. We've started it from 0, so we've literally said in 2008 we made this much. In 2009 we added this to 2008, and so on. Okay, so we've ended up at 425,000, the same as totaling each year. The first chart then is literally what you've just seen. We can see the color coding of the different strategies, and then each of the 5 strategies for each year on the x-axis. Something I probably should mention now, you see some very extreme gains here with the Bollinger Band fake out strategy there, and quite an extreme losing year in relation to the others. Now, I actually use a way of weighting each trading strategy. I said that I haven't included any position sizing in these strategies for this test, and typically I can weight the strategies depending on their performance. So in reality, these returns would actually be a little bit more smoother. You wouldn't see these such extreme peaks in equity or peak losses, but that's a whole new video. What we really want to see from these charts is that we've got these odd losing years on some of these strategies. But when we combine them all together, you've already seen here that we've got positive years every year using the 5 strategies together. Now, before I show you the chart where we've combined all the strategies together, I said I've made this video because some of you have been asking about this sort of a video. So if you found it interesting and you're finding it useful so far, please do me a favour and like the video, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So now this is the chart with all the strategies with them combined, so year by year for the total of the 5 strategies. And I'm pleased to say, look, we've just got every year is actually positive. 2013 wasn't a particularly great year, and 2008 was a really good year, but some of that may be linked to the performance of that Bollinger Band fake out strategy, which I mentioned would be smoothed out with position sizing. And the last chart we're going to look at here is the equity growth. So we started from 0 and then 2008, and we've literally just plotted the total made for each year added to the previous year. So we haven't taken any money out of the account, we've just added it on. We're still trading the same amount of shares, we're still trading one full lot or 100,000 units. And you can see slightly slow return in 2013 as we saw previously, but overall it's a very nice, smooth, uptrending equity growth, isn't it? Well, I hope now that you can see the power in combining trading strategies. You'll notice in most of my strategy videos I normally say 2 things: test everything before trading real money, and don't just trade one strategy. Using a combination of good strategies produces better overall returns and more even returns, like we can see from those results. But you also must be wary of correlation. Now, what I mean by that is, don't just trade for decent strategies which are trend following for euro dollar, for example. Because if euro dollar has a choppy year and doesn't trend very well, then it's likely that each one of those 4 strategies is going to underperform, and you might as well just be trading one strategy, so it all kind of moves together. So you need to split things up. You need to find different strategies for different markets. Remember, if you do want to see the full ins and outs, find out exactly how each one of those 5 strategies works, then I'll leave the links to the videos in the description down below. I hope you've enjoyed and found this video useful. And until the next time, this is Jared Goodwin, and thank you.